What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Yancey Street. It is your host, Dr. Splash, and I am here today to bring you a battle. It's been a bit since we had like a real in-depth analysis battle, and I'm going to bring that to you today with two characters in what we would loosely call the street tier, in Taskmaster from Marvel Comics and Deathstroke from DC Comics. Both are the top mercenaries in their verse. Both are characters I slept on throughout the years, but I have all the appearances and notable feats for both. So we're going to get into both characters, and then I will tell you who I think wins at the end. Before we get started, smash the like button. Let's get this to 300 plus likes if you want me to routinely drop versus battles. Also, subscribe if you haven't already. We're so close to 30K. Join the Yancey Street Gang, bitches. I promise you, it's lit on this side. Also, check out my Discord. We do games, prizes, D&Ds, giveaways, and more. Now, with that out of the way, I'm going to review both characters, and then we will get into who wins. Without further ado, let's begin. So first up is Taskmaster. Now, Taskmaster, aka Tony Masters, is a character who underwent extreme experiments and training that heightened his already photoreflexive senses. Now, this is some of the coolest powers in comics where essentially Taskmaster can copy anything he observes, including things moving in fast forward or faster motion or even metahuman speed or super speed. Using these abilities and honing his skills over time, Tony Masters would go on to become the fabled Taskmaster, the most feared and respected mercenary in Marvel Comics. Taskmaster has trained the teachers and has trained some of the most skilled characters in comic book history. He has studied all of the greatest styles of martial arts in Marvel. This includes Captain America, who he has a shield, which, by the way, a lot of people mistake his loadout and his gear, but his shield is not inferior to Cap. In fact, it's stated to be something that rivals Captain America's shield. So it's as good, if not straight up, as that blend of vibranium alloy. He throws just as hard as Captain America and just as accurate. His accuracy could make Hawkeye jealous. His skills can match the likes of Iron Fist. He has notable wins over some of the most skilled and fearsome characters in Marvel. This includes Venom, Miles Morales, Spider-Man. He has butchered Asgardians. He has evaded the Avengers multiple times and is stated to be one of their most deadly foes. He's taken on an alien Hyperion, targeting his weaknesses and in a bloody, destructive battle, bringing him down. He's taken out Captain America. He's taken on Captain America and Bucky at the same time, in which Cap foolishly thought Bucky could go ahead and beat Taskmaster because Taskmaster hadn't fought him yet. Yet, Taskmaster fully understood his style right away, and it took both of them just to stalemate him. He's taken on Ant-Man and absolutely bullied Ant-Man. He even said Ant-Man, considering him a rival, would hurt his reputation. He's managed to rock Thor as well, taken on and matched the skill of the Warriors 3, and could be argued he was doing better than them. Some of the most fabled warriors in Asgardian history with thousands of years of battle experience. They stated in their fight with Taskmaster that Taskmaster was improving with every swing. He's also taken on more obscure characters that really speak volumes to his skill set, including the likes of Melee, whose superpower is to literally know every martial arts in existence, yet was absolutely hopeless when faced with Taskmaster. On top of the shield I mentioned, he has a sword which can slay Asgardians and stand up to some of the strongest metals in Marvel. He has an armor weave that can completely nullify bullets and take extreme levels of destructive damage, including hits from America Chavez, the likes of Luke Cage, Ben Grimm, Captain America's shield, Asgardian warriors, even Hyperion and Captain Marvel. I mean, he's taken hits from some real heavy hitters. His style, skill, and tactical abilities are rivaled by pretty much none Even some of the most skilled and tactically advanced characters in Marvel show their respect to the capabilities of Taskmaster, including the likes of Captain America. And Deadpool, when he lost his healing factor and needed to regain that skill, regain that ability to be dangerous, he went to Taskmaster to refine all of his abilities. Tony Masters is absolutely no joke, has a fantastic record in Marvel, and perhaps his only weakness, something that will inevitably be brought up in the comment section, is characters like Moon Knight, someone who is crazy, skilled as well, though. And through that blend of craziness, the willingness to get hurt, to hurt someone, Taskmaster absolutely hates fighting someone like that and has lost to people that fight like that. That recklessness, that willingness to get hurt to take him out, that's essentially the only real way to get around Taskmaster. Besides that, as Deadpool stated in his files, Taskmaster essentially has no weakness tactically or skill wise. You either overwhelm him physically, or you out tough him, or you're simply too crazy for him to handle. But with that out the way, let's take a look at Deathstroke. Now, Slade Wilson is a mercenary initially, served in the armed forces, underwent a surgery and an experimental process, which is somewhat akin and similar to the Weapon X program, the Captain America program, so on and so forth. Because of this, Deathstroke can think multiple times faster than a human, and this is more impressive than you think, because humans in comics think at FTL to even immeasurable speeds or the higher speed tiers. They don't think like me or you in real life. We do not scale to regular humans in comics. I need everybody to thoroughly understand that when we're discussing both of these characters. Okay, that's why I say oftentimes street tiers of aside. But Deathstroke would go on to further hone his skills in his mercenary capabilities, studying every martial arts in the special forces, training with some of the best assassins in the world as well, and becoming ultimately the top hired gun in DC Comics. Now, Slade is someone most well known for beefing with the likes of Teen Titans, but he is also an absolute master of his trade. He is someone that anyone in the world hires if they need the absolute best to get the job done. Among the notable characters Slade has taken down over the years, this would include famously, of course, the Teen Titans, a roster that includes Kid Flash, Robin, Cyborg, Raven, the likes of Starfire even, and Beast. Or not Beast, I'm sorry, Beast Boy. We then have Kid Flash, who he has embarrassed thoroughly on multiple occasions, which is crazy. Even though Kid Flash is not the most skilled character, his physicality and raw speed through the Speed Force is insane. Yet Deathstroke can obviously counter this. He has taken on and embarrassed the likes of Batman, which very few characters can say they have done. He has absolutely destroyed Nightwing, had Green Arrow and Deathstorm multiple times, has bullied and embarrassed Cassandra Cain, who many people considered one of the most dangerous assassins in all of DC. He's bodied Lobo's daughter and taken on Lobo himself. He's been able to hold off the likes of Green Lantern and Aquaman at the same time. While weakened, he's taken on Red Hood, Cyborg, and Starfire. Now, something else notable about Deathstroke that a lot of people don't bring up when analyzing his case is how extreme his healing factor is. And the reason I say that is Deathstroke for a long time in comics was actually dying. His body was constantly fighting off death, and he was still beating some of the most high caliber characters in DC Comics when it comes to combat and fighting ability. So him at his actual healthy peak is a lot more dangerous than people think. His armor is a special weave that allows him to take hits from metahumans such as Superman, allows him to go toe-to-toe with Batman, get in several day shootouts with the likes of Deadshot, as obviously his armor can take several hits and be just fine. He carries bombs and other explosives. He carries weapons that can tag speedsters, the likes of even members of the Flash family, Can also obviously endanger and even kill metahumans. On top of this, he has his blade, which can pierce metahumans as well. His weapon's capable of hurting Lobo, and even is capable of hacking the likes of Lobo's bike to help take him down. Tactically, almost none in DC can rival him, save for maybe Batman, but even still, Deathstroke oftentimes does get the better mentally of Batman in their exchanges. Oftentimes, he just doesn't want to kill Bruce. In terms of his weapons, skills, capabilities, and reputation as one of the premier assassins in comic book history and one of the best mercenaries you could possibly hire in fiction, Deathstroke is an absolute nightmare to contend with, especially if he's looking to go for the kill. Now, given that we have broken down both characters, let's get into the nuance of how they compare, and then ultimately we will get into the conclusion. Now, for this battle, I feel it primarily comes down to a few main factors, those being physicality, skill, and tactical ability, as well as gear and loadout. Now, in terms of the gear and loadout, Taskmaster has an underrated loadout. He has psychic bombs. He has tech that can shut down superpowers. He has a shield that rivals Captain America's, his bow and arrow, as formidable as Hawkeye's, if not better. Guns, his sword can kill as guardians, and harm demons and other beings such as symbiotes. He has an impressive array of weapons at his disposal, as well as his armor is very solid and has withstand some pretty crazy battles. But now on Deathstroke's side of things, he has his own sword, whether the Promethean blade or if you're using another blade. Regardless, they cut through almost anything. He has guns and a loadout of firepower that rivals the likes of Deadshot, with enough ammo to last him several days. He has explosive, his own armor, which can withstand hits from heavy hitters such as Green Lanterns, Aquaman, and even Superman. So in terms of gear, I would say they are relatively even. I do think Taskmaster has a better versatility to tap into. However, I think Deathstroke has superior armor, so that is something to be noted. Taskmaster's armor is very good, but it can be bypassed easier, in my opinion, than Deathstroke's can. In terms of the skill and tactical ability, this is one that I've wavered on quite a bit and have gone quite a bit back and forth on. Now, Deathstroke is someone who has routinely matched the likes of Batman, gone toe-to-toe with every member of the Bat family, routinely has gotten the best of some of the top tactical and martial art minds in DC Comics. However, Taskmaster's in the same boat. There's someone that's beaten Cap, can take on Cap and Winter Soldier at the same time, destroyed Deadpool, has taken down Venom, beat the shit out of Miles and Spider-Man. The list goes on and on. Can go against the Warriors 3. Warriors that have gone to battle literally before mankind really started getting into warfare. Point is, Taskmaster easily has as much skill, if not more. In fact, Melee, whose power is to know every martial art in existence, got destroyed by Taskmaster. I think in the skill and tactics department, you can flip a coin, but if I was a betting man, ultimately I would slightly lean towards Taskmaster. Now, in terms of physicality, Deathstroke has been able to keep up with and even blitz the likes of Batman, Nightwing, and other members of the Night family. Even while sick or hindered, he's able to get the drops on the likes of Red Hood. He can take on Lobo and Lobo's daughter, as well as the Titans, regularly matching the likes of even Beast Boy, who could turn into massive brutes like elephants and rhinos and hippos. And obviously hippos are OP as fuck, so this is super impressive. He can take on the likes of Starfire physically and even react to speedsters like Kid Flash and the regular Flash. Now on the other side, Taskmaster is no joke physically either. He is someone that can routinely take on and match the likes of Spider-Man, even getting the best of him and blitzing him. He's also been able to blitz Miles and even Venom, get the drop on multiple Asgardians, take on the Warriors 3, tag Thor, evade the Avengers, bully Ant-Man, so on and so forth. Physically, he's a monster, even withstanding a brawl with Hyperion, who was trying to kill him. Now, where these two are separated in the physicality department, in my opinion, is the durability and healing factor. Deathstroke has him all the way here. Way tougher, way more durable, can heal from way more shit. In terms of like lasting in a fight, in terms of durability, it's Deathstroke's game all the way in comparison to the likes of Taskmaster. So ultimately, in reviewing all these categories and going over what they're capable of, we have ourselves one of the most skilled based battles you could find in comic book history. Now, in terms of who I would favor if these two were to clash on neutral ground, I think it would be Deathstroke high difficulty. While yes, you could possibly give an edge in skill to Taskmaster and even say his weaponry and loadout's a little more versatile. On the other side of things, Deathstroke is nearly as skilled, if not on par. On top of this, he's more ruthless. He's crazy, bloodlusted when he needs to be, and he has way better durability and healing factor, which ultimately would play into the battle as if it turns into a long game where toughness ultimately becomes a factor. That's Deathstroke's game all the way. So, in the end, due to the physicality advantage, the toughness, and the mindset that would eventually be tapped into during this battle, I believe Deathstroke will come out on top. But anyways, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. I believe I slept on both of these characters. I already gave Deathstroke credit in a video. I'll do the same for Taskmaster if this video receives a lot of love. Let me know what other battles you want to see. I'll release a list of characters I have fully scaled that we could see some sick battles for. And yeah, I'm excited for the channel's future. We're on the road to 30K, baby. If you haven't subbed already, do so now. Anyways, I'll see y'all later. And remember, it's Yancey Street, bitches.